broadband is now, we are at a time when governments think that it's of utmost importance for the development, economic development of the people, for the social needs, for climate change. And we as a big company being present in 130 countries can just agree that broadband is key for the development of mankind in any country of the world. We are at times where broadband is expensive. It needs huge investments, especially with the explosion of mobile internet that we collectively had not anticipated. And the mobile data flow is going to be multiplied by a factor of 30 in the next coming 5 years. Who is going to pay for this? So the debate today is who is going to pay for these infrastructure investments that are crucial, and even more crucial in developing countries where mobile broadband is going to be the only way to get mobile internet. The debate is who should pay and when, because governments know that it's crucial for the development, so they want to accelerate, they want to complement the private investments. When should they and how should they step in is the question. Of course, private companies prefer for them to stay out, but governments say, okay, but I want you to reach, what about underserved and unserved areas? And what about me helping you, for instance, share infrastructure, for instance, backhauls, or even share spectrum? And there governments step in either to accelerate or to finance or co-finance in public-private partnerships what is considered as essential infrastructure, open access networks, open to all service providers. The debate is not to strand past investment and to have this open to competition. We see that there is not one size fits all, and that what's happening in Australia is not necessarily replicable everywhere in Africa, for instance. However, there is a global tendency of saying how can private and public better cooperate from the start. It's not easy, both for infrastructure but also to build services, infrastructure, service and uses, to foster the uses by the population through aggregation of public demand, e-health, e-education. But for sure, there is no one size fits all, and the debate is very different whether you have a heavily wireline country or a country mainly relying on wireless internet. We had some in backhauls, for instance, in Europe, mainly regional public-private partnerships. Sweden, the Scandinavian countries have good examples of this. Of course, we have the Australian and New Zealand cases that the world is watching, because that's very new. But we'll also have other examples popping up, especially in developing countries, Kenya, Indonesia, where the government is thinking of bringing the spectrum, not making money out of the spectrum, but bringing the spectrum as an asset in a public-private partnership together with the private to our wholesale operators. This is rather new models that we are looking at. I think progress has been done in what I've heard there, what has been exposed are debates I hear all around the world, all around the planet, especially in Europe right now. Very touchy problems, because you have very strong views, sometimes emotional. But I think it's good to have debates. So I think the Commission has made really great progress in putting on the floor the debates, exposing the various scenarios, the various views, which is not easy to do.